Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, September 4th, 2018 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is healing happens in this moment. And that's one of the things that I was feeling through thinking about with all of these energies that have been going on is that I do believe I have this dominant belief that everything that's happening is always working for us, even when it gets kind of crazy. I have the dominant belief that even when these energies are so crazy, like it has been this summer, that it really is pushing us to our best. And in every given moment, the universe is helping us work towards our personal healing. Now, what we do with the energies, what we do moment to moment, is either going to be helping that healing or hindering that process. And sometimes we have to hinder it and again learn those lessons. It's nothing to beat ourselves up with, but there's always that opportunity to bring that awareness that healing is happening in this moment. Am I helping it, or am I like, what are you doing, universe, and like pushing it away and kind of hindering that energy? Today's energy, the sun is at 11 degrees through most of the day. It will shift to 12 degrees, that expansion energy, a little bit later in the day. But because 11 is that healing degree, and we're in Virgo, and we have the moon moving into Cancer, which calls for nurturing, this is a really good day to focus on that healing energy, to be aware of that healing energy, and really be aware of how you are working with these energies. Now, I do think in some ways, September is going to be a time of simmering down from the intensity, a lot of completion of the lessons. And yet at the same time, as I look my little, cheat sheet, this is September right here, all of these things. And even this week, there's so much going on in this week. We're actually, today's the last full day of Mercury in Leo. Mercury has been in Leo since June. So we have spent a really long time trying to bring our mental understanding and wrap it around the concept of love and joy and really bring ourselves to another level in grasping that. So we have our last full day of Mercury in Leo. We have Saturn preparing to go direct. We have Venus finishing up in Libra, right? Venus is finishing up in Libra. Yeah, Venus is finishing up in Libra this week. We're building into a new moon. We have Neptune perigee. Neptune perigee means Neptune's it's in its place in its orbit where it's closest to the Earth. So wow, this week has all of these changes and these things going on. And yet what I'm calling upon you to do is get beyond all the mental energies. It's very high mental electrical energy at this time. Get beyond that. Sink in. Listen to your body. What is it calling for healing-wise? I can tell you, it's debating saying this, my body has been calling for rest on such a huge level. This year, as some of you know, many of you know, has been really intense for me. And years ago, I blew out my adrenals by being stressed and pushing myself way too hard and not listening to my body enough. So right now, if I don't show up for a day, chances are it is because I am in deep rest, working on allowing my body to heal from the intensity and the stress that has gone on for this last, I don't know, I'd say 10 months. November, things just started ramping up, and it was already intense before then. So, so what does your body need right now? Moon in Cancer, nurturing. Calling upon nurturing energy, calling upon you to show up and mother yourself in the best way you can. And with Virgo, it really centers around the body. And the transits that we have going on today, the moon connecting to Uranus at 2 degrees, and the moon connecting to Saturn at 2 degrees. 2 degrees is that nurturing degree. You are being called upon to nurture yourself. Nurture yourself through your senses, I would say, with that connection to Uranus. Uranus and Taurus is changing a lot of things, but Uranus and Taurus can still have some breakthrough when it comes to being sensual, connecting to nature, connecting to your senses, beauty, surrounding yourself with beauty, surrounding yourself with things that are good smelling, good to eat, take a bath, connect to those things to nurture yourself. Now, there may be some things that push you out of your comfort zone in and through this energy today, but if you nurture yourself in those ways, you're going to make that breakthrough just fine. The moon opposite Saturn. This is an interesting one. When this happens, there can be a tug of war. There can be a push and pull with the opposition, or they can work together. That moon is saying, what do I need to do to nurture myself? What do I need most so that I can show up at my best, so that I can work my best soul process? And that, again, could be a little downtime. It could be a little extra food, a little extra nourishment. Only you really know what you need at this time. But you may have that conflict of like, I can't do that. I have to do all these things. This is how I'm being asked to show up for the world. Saturn is finishing up this retrograde process. With Saturn finishing up this retrograde process, it's almost like that pull in is a little bit deeper. And this pull in is a pull for you to listen to your soul. On that note, speaking of soul, one of the things I've talked about is with Chiron and Aries retrograde. It is working on that soul level, and Chiron is at 0 degrees. So at 0 degrees, there is transformation on the soul level going on. So the more you can listen to your soul, the more you connect who you are with your soul essence versus any of the masks that you have worn, the better for your personal healing process in this moment. So I mentioned one of the things that I wanted to mention too, that Chiron at 0 degrees, that's a very interesting thing. And then Mars is now reaching 29 degrees, that final degrees of Capricorn. So Saturn rules Capricorn. So we have these interesting degrees, alpha and omega degrees, 0 degrees Aries, 29 degrees Capricorn, and I think there may be some push and pull, again, through that, a little tug of war through that. Mars in Saturn, if we have not learned that full lesson of taking that aligned action, if we're still in that energy of I have to do these things to show up to make myself look good versus listening to the complete autonomy and authority of the soul. So just notice where you feel pushed and pulled, and notice as well, are you helping your healing or are you hindering your healing? What's going on for you in this moment? Best bet for you, listening to your inner voice. Tune into your intuition. That's part of that Neptune perigee energy. I think with Neptune perigee, again, it's like firing up the karmic energies, burning them away. Not that Neptune's such a burning planet, more like washing these things away. This is a great week to take salt baths, intentional salt baths with clearing the karma, taking your shower, clearing the energies, going to the ocean, a lake, a river, whatever you're by, water, taking a dip in your pool even, intentionally, and clearing away any energies that are ready to go bye-bye at this time. Besides that, I think these are some things that we're working through. I think we're working through some latent love energies. This laziness to me in reverse is like, yeah, you got to show up. You got to process these energies. You got to process your part in these energies. You know, I know this is up for many of the yin, that feeling of isolation in relationship. So just processing that energy. But there's a lot of possibilities that are coming as we move through these energies. Try to move through them without taking things personally. Like, okay, this is what I'm healing right now, more so than this is what this person's doing for me. This is what I'm healing right now, and that's really going to help you. But again, going back to your inner voice. Last card I have, traveling. I have traveling in reverse. A lot of times I look at that traveling card as like a card of expansion. This card in reverse, how I look at it, could be like, be here now, moment to moment. Don't worry about where you're going. I think that's probably the thing. Be here now, moment to moment. Don't worry about where you're going. There's something else that came up with it, though. I'm going to leave it at that. Be here now, moment to moment. Don't worry about where you're going. And where is my other card? From Keepers of the Light, I have faith. humanity and benevolence. Stay calm, trust in the good of yourself and others, and see the light in the world, and be the light in the world. Stay calm and breathe. You are a divine being of love who has done so much good in the world. You may be going through personal transformation and feel like you're not getting anywhere, but Archangel Faith is drawing close to guide you beyond the limitations that your ego or fears have created for you. You may be trying to work out whom to trust. First, trust yourself. And when you do this, recognize that you are made of love and you attract those who reflect that love and can enjoy true friendships and loving relationships. Know that the good is here to stay. So, that is it for today. Whew, good luck to this week. I'm just right now going to go record for patrons, so I'll put that link below for you. Besides that, you can always book a reading with me, mimiclark@gmail.com, GaiaBlooming.com. The better it gets, the better it gets. And there is enough love in the world for you. Namaste.